Yeah, 모두 다 빨리 박수 쳐 기다리지 말고 서둘러 reason that I'm back is to feed you raps I see that you are 배불러 so fly.
Steve, great topic for you today. Deion Sanders, Shedeur Sanders, the transfer portal. It's all popping off at Colorado. Late last week, The Athletic did a story. I think they tracked down 53 guys that have all exited, hit the transfer portal from Colorado, and many of them had similar things to say, like the two guys from Colorado that we interviewed here live in studio about how impersonal Deion was as it relates to their relationship. And I believe Xavier Smith is a kid that's made a lot of news about this. And so I want to read a few tweets. And I think this first one is just some background in terms of Deion Sanders recommended Xavier Smith hit the transfer portal like many others. He didn't. During spring practices, Smith felt more like an extra in the background of a reality show. Frustration set in before he eventually left for Austin Peay. And then Xavier Smith was quoted saying, "I was actually getting mad, like tears coming to my eyes, because, bro, you never even tried to get to know me." He was destroying guys' confidence and belief in themselves the way he did it. It could have been done with a little more compassion. Then Shedeur Sanders jumped into this and tweeted out, I don't even remember him, to be honest. Bro had to be very mid at best. So Shedeur Sanders piling on. And then there's a Twitter feed called Blue Bloods Bias or whatever, and they tweet out, the media hitting up every single CU departee just to find the few that are disgruntled so they can run a hit piece for clicks. We're not moved by this story or falling for the propaganda. Good luck to the kid at his next program. Deion Sanders Jr. jumps in. That's why we run our own media and control our own narrative. Steve, your thoughts?
You know what? I'm beginning to think that the athletic director at Colorado is either the Ringling Brothers or P.T. Barnum. What a full-blown circus, and I love it. I'm absolutely entertained. This has been dominating social media, and this is going to make the offseason just a little bit more enjoyable. But, Jason, I have to ask you this. As someone that not only was on the bandwagon, you drove the bus, okay? And you're looking more and more like Whitlock Stradamus as the months go on here. Has this become the college football program of Soul Train or the Soul Plane?
Well,
seriously.
Are they Soul Plane? Or are they let's go even older school. Are they the Bad News Bears? Is this, and maybe they are the Bad News Bears and they're actually going to win big this year despite all the chaos. They're entertaining us, and maybe for 1 year it's going to work.
Jason, I like the reference. You went all Steve Kim there, but as a Bad News Bears connoisseur, there's no movie I've watched more than that one, the original with Walter Matthau and Karate Kid. And I don't want to mention the one with Will Smith's son. There's only one real Karate Kid. Here's the thing about the Bad News Bears. They had an NIL, Chico's bail bonds, but more importantly than that, Morris P. Buttermaker was a great leader. That ended up being a great coach. Yeah, he pitched BP with a 12-pack of Schlitz. Yeah, he came to the practices halfway sober sometimes, but he provided leadership, and this is the difference. His Louis that was incoming was Kelly Leak and Amanda. So you basically got a five-tool player and the female Clayton Kershaw. I'm not seeing this at Colorado because the Louis turns out to be Samsonite, and now there's more Louis, and then the remaining Louis is ripping the Samsonite that's leaving. I'm sorry. I kind of got where you're going with that one. Doesn't really fit, though, Jason. Doesn't really fit.
I really like, because I was about to look up who that star player, the kid that smoked cigarettes, good. Kelly Leak.
Yeah,
he was.
Tools.
And I'm wondering if Shedeur, maybe Shiloh is Kelly Leak, actually. And who? Tell me the name of the girl again. The picture.
Amanda.
Maybe she's Shedeur. Amanda. Yeah. And so maybe I'm telling you, there's a chance that all this chaos is going to work for 1 year. I'm not buying it, but I'm actually pleased that The Athletic would actually put the work in and hunt down these guys because, most of the media just tried to ignore all the chaos around Deion in season 1. They were afraid to even cover it. And now they're actually getting some actual media coverage. And Deion Sanders Jr. is correct here. They do their own media because they're trying to control the narrative. And most people, celebrities or influencers, are trying to control the narrative, and Deion thinks they do it best. I just don't think this narrative is controllable because there's just going to be too many former disgruntled players, disgruntled parents, and eventually disgruntled Colorado fans that they're not going to be able to control the narrative. What they're going to end up doing is just saying, everybody's racist. It's because I was a black coach. That's where it's going to end up.
Jason, did you say media or propaganda? Because I do think there's a little bit of a difference here. Here's the thing that's really interesting, and we have to be fair about this. The attrition that is going on in Colorado is taking place at programs all across the country, even the good ones like Georgia, Michigan, Ohio State, my particular program, Miami, who's mediocre. Mario Cristobal said a couple years ago, he said to any parents having problems with the way we run things, come pick up your kids. And he's jettisoned a lot of players. This is now the waiver wire and the unconditional releases that are going on in what is now semi-pro football. And the other thing, we have to be honest about this. If you are a P4 player like this young man was, the way you gauge how good he really might be is where does he land? Now, he lands at Austin P. No offense to that institution, but it's not like he went to another Power 4 school like Dylan Edwards. He landed at Kansas State. He'll be in the same conference. So obviously he's at a certain level. So again, sometimes this is a cold business. It's even more cutthroat now because of the NIL and transfer. Coaches have an expectation that if we're giving you a lot of money over the table, you have to deliver and we have to win games. The other thing is, Jason, about the whole racial component, because some people are making it just that. Jason, I have a question. Out of those 53 players, are you willing to guess that most of them are, get this, black? Right? And this was not done to them by a white coach. That's the thing for all these people making it sound like Deion is being persecuted because he's a black coach. Okay, but who are the real affected parties here? They're not white players. If you go by the percentage of most rosters, they are basically going to be black football players.
You make an excellent point, Steve. Great job as always. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Also, we want to thank our friends at Balance of Nature. Making sure you have the fruits and vegetables in your diet is important for maintaining a healthy diet. Go to balanceofnature.com and you'll get 35% off plus $10 off any additional sets with your first order as a preferred customer by using my discount code FEARLESS. That's limited to 5 sets, but you'll save a ton of money while getting the fruits and vegetables you need in your diet. Go to balanceofnature.com and use the promo code FEARLESS for 35% off. That's balanceofnature.com. Thanks for watching. Like what you saw? Hit that like button, subscribe, and check out the full episode by clicking the link below.